This really happened. Add to stage. All right.
Aloof. No, Tony's pretty fucking down to earth. Also, I think all the friends, casual homophobia and general dickishness. Now that's a word.
All right. Indicative of mental health issues. Internet diagnosis without any proof. Stick a pin in that.
I understand. Salty prick. And you'd be totally few mental health. All their
People are begging Coded Friend to go up.
and you. I think you two ladies should come up on panel and have it out. I'm just saying you'd be totally pussies if you didn't. Just say it. Just say
it. You're pussies if you don't come up. That's kind of like a double dog dare. But no biggie. You don't have to respond to that. But here comes the begging.
Yeah, a few mental health issues. What was it somebody said? They spicy dreams. Oh, shit. I'm willing to drop that link in the side chat.
Oh, shit. He's very excited about the potential drama. It's all about drama for these drama queens.
I'm happy to. Oh, shit. I'm willing to drop that link in the side chat. If you,
he's excited. Potential drama. I earlier misunderstood the title, PhD Tony versus Coded Live, hour 4. I thought they were 4 hours into it. This is 4 hours into this YouTube Addicts live stream that he finally talked in 2 people with opposing opinions to join and have a little drama on his show. I haven't found it because there's 4 hours to dig through it, but I've been told that a certain shiz happens went out drinking at some point before I became aware of this show.
You two want to fucking have it out? We got one all fucking night for this. Come on, baby.
He's willing to say
I'll drop the link in the side chat for you, bud. I'll be willing to do that for you. 3 Ron for $5 says we need to wrap this our course. Picture of it, please. I really want to see it. I've ridden a few Indians bikes to ride, man. Usually Harley guys shit on Indians. I really like them. Coded, come on, man. Come on. And shit on Indians. I really like him.
He was begging. Come on, Coded. Actually, what Coded, I guess there's a common language division here. What Coded's saying, I'm good. And what he means is he's good to come up and talk. But he thinks I'm good as in I'm not good. I'm good as I'm not going to talk. But he's going to beg.
Coded, come on, man. Come on.
Beg for the drama. Because you need drama. You thrive on drama. I guess we all do in some ways. But let's get to the beginning.
Come on, dude.
412.
Tony, I'll send you the link on this if you want to. I don't want. Yeah. Cody, you tell me where you want that link. Pop it in the side chat. Nobody else try come up here because you'll be booted. I don't care who it is. All right, I'll fucking send it.
Let's hear that again.
All right, I'll pop it in the side chat. Nobody else try come up here because you'll be booted. I don't care who it is.
Nobody else come up because you'll be booted. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. Put a pin in that. Anybody besides Coded and PhD Phony comes up, they will be booted. Let's hear it one more time.
All right, I'll pop it in the side chat. Nobody else try come up here because you'll be booted. I don't care who it is.
I don't care who it is. You will be booted. Don't go up there, shiz. Don't leave the bar to help little girl Phony out. This is at 4:12:27. Don't do it. Actually, it's at 4:11:32. Timestamps are different between the screens. Okay. They're going to come up.
This is going to get juicy. Coded and Tony are both coming up.
There's PhD phoning. Okay.
Yeah, that's it, Tony. Knock back that Coke, brother.
Oh, it's caffeine.
That's like a bee without the sting. YouTube fight. YouTube fight. That's what I'm talking. What? Trip. I think. Can you just confirm in the side chat first that that is you? Pretended to be me on his live stream one time. Next style.
No, I'm not.
Eating simishki. Oh, it is coded. Okay, cool. Sparkler. I wish I had sparklers for this. The caffeine-free Coca-Cola has it still got sugar on a nice clean fight. There he is.
All right, hold
Keep
on.
above the waist.
Okay, so the issue that I have with coded.
Okay, PhD phony has issues. The issues relate to things that have gone on anti-social media, YouTube, not the real world. But phony's got some real issues with this. Hell, we all do. Kaiser, Coded, F3, Finkel, Toddler. Yeah, there's drama everywhere. But Phony's going to take the higher ground and talk smoothly and explain to us how his PhD in his name means that he's smarter and above the rest of us. Let us watch just how superior he is.
Its recent behavior is that he is accusing Shuggy of what is a crime, and he has zero evidence to support these accusations. He claims that Shuggy is making a false accusation. Shuggy is not accusing anybody of anything. And he's using, there's a faulty syllogism here. Shuggy is not accusing anyone of, I'm still talking. Shuggy is not accusing.
He's still talking. Did you hear what he felt was an interruption? It was a fucking echo. People are coughing. People have open mics. There was an echo. Let's listen to that again.
Shuggy is not accusing anyone of, I'm still talking. Shuggy is not accusing.
Nobody was talking but you, Phony. What are you imagining? Let's hear that one more time.
And he's using, there's a faulty syllogism here. Shuggy is not accusing anyone of, I'm still talking. Shuggy is not accusing.
Might have been a sneeze. I don't know. There's coughing and sneezing all through this. But nobody was talking, Phony. Nobody was talking except for you. So far, 0 interruptions.
Anyone of anything. Therefore, he's under no obligation to produce evidence. He's particularly under no obligation to produce evidence to you. You've got.
And he's under no obligation to prove evidence whether or not he has evidence to you. See how that works?
No valid reason to have access to Shuggy's personal documents.
And Shuggy has every right not to show them. We just went through a 3-month ordeal with Todd Bryant. He said some stupid shit about military service. Turns out he is a veteran. He's a retired veteran. He did serve. But leading up to it, he told stories that did not make sense. I ran a battalion. I called cadence for an entire battalion run. I think I showed in a recent stream how that's pure fucking bullshit. One man doesn't call cadence for a battalion run. So things that don't make sense. So after a while of this, finally someone said, show us your DD-214. And then it became a struggle about whether or not he was going to show his DD-214. And he doubled down and he wasn't going to show it. He doesn't have to show it. People can ask for it. People can beg for it. People can pout and demand it. He doesn't have to show it. Well, he caved and he showed it. He did serve. He still says stupid shit that makes people question it. But it's just drama. Who are you to tell Coded he has no right to ask for it? He has no right to demand it. You are aligned with somebody who is aligned with a bunch of people, which includes me, which demanded that somebody show their documentation that they were indeed a veteran. But I think I went over this last time I called you out on being PhD phony. But you're about to do something here. This is interesting.
You, on the other hand, are making direct accusations with zero evidence. You should refrain from having a position, and you should.
You just made an accusation that he has no evidence. Just because someone does or does not show their evidence on YouTube does not mean they do or do not have evidence. Maybe he does. In a little while, you're going to claim that he's shown you evidence. How do we know that he's shown you evidence? We don't know. Tell you the truth, we don't care. We're kind of wrapped up in the drama of it all. But in the drama of it all, when I came on, Coded is very heated. He's saying very logical things that make sense, but people see the anger and the rage, and they see you talking very nicely and smoothing, using big words and being very calm, and that is what they're perceiving. Oh, the calm guy must be right. But let's see how this unfolds.
Or if you do have a position, you should refrain from publicly expressing it. Does that not sound?
You should refrain from publicly expressing your opinion. I'm going to say this politely, PhD phony. I don't know where Coded lives. I live in the United States of America, where we can say what the fuck we want to under any fucking conditions we want to say it. You're not going to tell anybody what they can and cannot say. I'm sorry. Actually, you are, but it means nothing. Deal with it. But let's listen to what he was getting at.
You have a position, you should refrain from publicly expressing it. Does that not sound reasonable?
I'm sure to you it sounds reasonable, but obviously it doesn't sound reasonable
For the record, that was the first question, a pause, and an answer.
to me because I've done what I've done. I don't believe that Shuggy served. These are the reasons. He backed a fraud. He validated a fraud's military career. He claims to be in the military. Proof was asked for. He won't show proof.
He's shown me proof. That he won't show you proof doesn't mean that there isn't proof. Further,
He's shown you proof. Okay, we're going to take your word for it. You sound like someone who can be reasonable, understandable, believable. But where's this going?
I understand that you were associated with Welsh News Network and appeared on it. So why did the same criticisms that you're associated you proof doesn't mean that there isn't proof?
Okay, guilty by association. Once upon a time, allegedly, in Minecraft, sorry, Todd, I stole your line. Allegedly, Coded was once associated with Welsh News Network. I still don't even know what the fuck Welsh News Network is. But PhD Tony is claiming that Coded was once associated with him. Therefore, he's what? Guilty of something? You sound like Toddler with a smoother vocabulary without looking at a screen to determine what vocabulary words. You've got some good words memorized. Yay. But the only difference between you and Toddler is that Toddler, I lost my train of thought here, but okay, I'm going to play on. I'm going to edit that out because I sound stupid.
Further, I understand that you were associated with Welsh News Network and appeared on it. So why did the same criticisms that you're throwing at Shuggy not apply with equal validity to you? And as a final point, if somebody
he asked a question, he didn't pause. He went on to his final point. We're going to get here in a few seconds where asking a question deserves an answer, rhetorical or not. Let's hear the question again.
apply with equal validity to you. And as a final point, if somebody makes a mistake or tells something that turns out, or says something that turns out not to be true, that does not mean those criticisms that you're throwing at Shuggy not apply with equal validity to you. And as a final point, if
the question is, why is it different for Coded than it is for Shuggy? It's a question directed at Coded. He doesn't even pause for Coded to answer. He goes on to his final point. Okay, fair enough. He doesn't want the answer.
If somebody makes a mistake or tells something that turns out, or says something that turns out not to be true, that does not mean that everything they say is false. That's not a valid syllogism.
I agree.
That's valid. Just because someone does lie doesn't mean they lie about everything. If everything I say is a lie, and right now I'm lying to you, that's actually impossible. I get it. But sometimes people can have reputations.
Everything they say is false. That's not a valid syllogism.
I agree with that 100%. I don't
Yet
have
you
to
used it as evidence.
Hold on, Tony. He was talking. First interruption of the night. Let's hear that again.
I agree with that 100%. I don't
Yet
have
you
to
used it as evidence.
Are you going to?
I don't. He was talking. I don't is not a complete sentence. He was talking and you interrupted. But we're going to get into this whole bullshit about interruptions. Are you a gentleman? Are you suave and debonair? Are you sophisticated? Are you standing on higher articulation ground than the rest of us? Are you going to throw accusations of interrupting when you're interrupting? Let's hear it one more time.
Agree with that 100%. I don't
Yet
have
you
to.
used it as evidence.
Are you going to interrupt me while I'm talking, or
Are you going to interrupt me while I'm talking? That's a question he's about to answer. Listen to this higher morality answer.
you're going to wait till I
If you
finish?
say something that's foolish, yes,
Are
I
you
will.
going to interrupt?
If you say something foolish, that gives me the right to interrupt you. It starts. The drama starts.
While I'm talking, or are you going to wait till I
If you
finish?
say something that's foolish, yes,
Are
I
you
will.
going to interrupt me while I'm talking, or are you going to be courteous like I was with you?
He's right. At this point, Coded is calm. Coded does get excitable. Coded does get loud. But so far, we're having interruptions from PhD Tony. And look at that pause face. Look at that face. Oh, shit. He called me out. I interrupted him. I asked a question without waiting for an answer. And now he's calling me out an interruption. What do I do now? Thank God Shiz is out drinking. She doesn't see this. You're welcome.
While I'm talking, or are you going to be courteous like I was with you and listen to what you say? Because if you're just going to interrupt me and invent excuses to interrupt me, then I'm not going to converse with you.
Fair enough. The rules have been set down from one of the participants. The guy in the top left is a little disappointed, like, wait a minute. No. I'm here for the drama. I want drama. Don't quit on me. Of course, this wouldn't be a rage quit. This is setting a standard. PhD Tony doesn't agree with this standard of civility. He does not agree with this standard of civility.
You will show the same courtesy.
That's entirely your choice. You asked me a question there. I'm going.
By the way, that was the second interruption and an excuse. You asked me a question. No. That was not a question that you interrupted. Let's go back all the way to the interruption.
Wait till
If you say something that's foolish, yes, I will.
Are you going to interrupt me while?
The interruption was not to answer a question. The interruption was because he said something foolish. Why don't people see that? It's right there before your very eyes and ears. But as I've been telling you in my social experiment, y'all see what you want to see and y'all hear what you want to hear. PhD Tony interrupted. PhD Tony asked a question, didn't pause, and PhD Tony excused his interruption, and then he tried to cover it up with, my interruption was to answer a question. His interruption was, in his words, when you say something, what was it? Silly, stupid, incorrect? I don't know.
Well, I'm talking, or are you going to be courteous like I was with you and listen to what you say? Because if you're just going to interrupt me and invent excuses to interrupt me, then I'm not going to converse with you. You will show the same courtesy.
That's entirely your choice. You asked me a question there. I'm going to respond to your question. That's entirely your choice. But if
the reason I interrupted you because you were being silly is because you asked a question. You didn't ask a question. Your interruption was not about a question. But let's continue.
if you start a line of reasoning with something that is false, your entire line of reasoning is invalid. You cannot
Then
start
wait
from an act.
Wait a minute. If you start a line of reasoning and something that is false, your entire line of reasoning is false. Didn't you just tell us that just because someone lies doesn't mean everything they say is a lie? A line of events, of reasoning to get you to a conclusion, there can be one or two things in there that are wrong, mistaken, or actual lies. And we're still getting to the point where the other 9 out of 10 points lead to the same or similar conclusion. But not if you want to fake a higher moral ground or a higher intellectual ground. Then the tables turn the other way.
You
John,
cannot start from a false
then
axiom
wait
and
till
achieve a
I'm
valid
done.
logical conclusion.
Then
Can
wait
you?
till I'm done talking.
You asked me a question, sir.
He's doubling down on the reason for the interruption, and the continuing interruption is he asked you a question. Unfortunately for Coded, he forgets that original interruption was not a question. It was just a blatant interruption based on Tony's belief that the information was incorrect. You listen, you conclude what was just said, and then you respond. That's a civil discourse. PhD Tony, you're the one who started this on an uncivil path.
Did you not?
Polite.
You asked me if I was going to do something, then you
question
paused.
was
Now I'm
for-
answering your question.
Now, I had missed all this. When I came in, Coded was loud. Coded was loud, and I'm like, oh, damn. The words Coded are saying are making sense. The word salad that PhD Tony was very calmly saying didn't make sense. But people were like, oh, look how calm PhD Tony is. Look how irrational Coded is. I'm like, listen to the words. Translate the audio into text and pay attention to the words. But you see here, the first person who got upset, irate, loud was PhD Tony. I didn't watch the beginning up until the point where I came in where Coded is being loud. But later on in the evening, PhD Tony's going to excuse his loud behavior with, well, he pushed me to that point. You started at that point.
The question was rhetorical. Okay.
Well,
So if
maybe don't ask rhetorical questions.
I will ask rhetorical questions, and you will not tell me how to talk. I will
And
clarify.
then I will interrupt you if you ask rhetorical questions because I will respond.
Okay, now Coded is getting a little loud because Tony, you're being a, what was the word? Fuckwit, fucktwit, fucktard, fuck something. You were upset because Coded said something with the F word, and you call him a fuckwit. That was the last time I reviewed one of your bullshit panel. Anyway, okay, so that's what I missed.
On to your statements.
You're still
If you
interrupting.
want this to be civil,
He's still interrupting and claiming to be civil. Did you hear that?
I
or
will-
respond to your statements.
You're still
If you want
interrupting.
this to be civil,
You see-
if you want
you
this to be
see
civil and
what-
without interruption,
Basically, what he's saying, if you want this to be civil, if you want to not see me blow up and lose my shit, you will do what I tell you, and you respond the way I want you to respond. Tony, you are not in control of the situation. You do not control people on YouTube. You do not control people who are on YouTube when they're off the YouTube. You think you're you think you're something pretty fucking special, and some of your audience does too, but you're a fuckwit just like the rest of us.
Then when you ask a question, I have to be able to respond to the question. If you don't want me to respond to questions, don't.
He's still doubling down on the question thing. It wasn't a question. He was talking and you literally interrupted him. Let's get to where I came in. Where did I come in?
The other. And, you know, a skilled con man kind of constructs.
Oh, there he is. He's nice and calm, and Coded is loud. He's upset. But what is he saying?
The other. And, you know, a skilled con man kind of constructs a web of lies. And it starts from...
A skilled con man. At the end of the evening, several people who watched think that Coded was the skilled con man and that you were the higher intellectual level. You were the civil one. It's not the way I remember it.
From the plausible. And it moves leaving because they're his friends. That's how friends work.
Teeth while she talks. I zoom him and look at his body. It was a
What's he doing with his hands there?
Should zoom him and look at his body. It was
What is he doing with his hands there?
It was a ball-busting remark in response to something that had been...
He's going to lose his shit. He's winding up. Where does he lose his shit?
One point I want to answer. I agree with you. A liar can tell the truth. But if you know a liar...
Just believe them to be true.
No, that's not...
That if anyone does that, it's them being a criminal. Fuck you, sir. Fuck everything you say. I'm not interested anymore.
You're fucking triggered, boy. Hey, sorry, my friend.
Nerve range.
Hey, sorry. Sorry.
Okay, there's a PhD Tony losing his shit, and the host, he's pretty happy because now it's drama. And of course, Tony's skirt shield shows up.
My friend ripped you off for 30 grand. Oh, okay. Sorry. My name's Shuggy. I'm sorry. That's it? That's it.
Who was ripped off for 30 grand, sir?
The fucking listeners at WNN. It was between 2,000 and 3,000 a month for 12 months. Are you fucking kidding? 2 and 3.
Not a constant. Called out for being a prick, but you are a prick. You're also stupid. You get salty when you get called out for being a prick, but you are a prick. You're also stupid. You're incapable of simple logic. You're ignorant of the law, and you're incapable over and over and over and over and over again. And you get salty when you get called out for being
over and over and over again. Wow, Foldy, you sound like a bitch. I don't mean a female. I don't mean a lady. I mean, you sound like a bitch.
A prick. But you are a prick. You're also stupid. You're incapable of simple logic. You're just...
Why are you so fucking triggered? Why are you so fucking...
With God. You're completely justified. You are so good with God that God will back you up when you're brought in front of the heavenly throne.
That's not Coded. That's Miles Murphy. That's Toddler. That's generally specific. You got your YouTube characters confused. Wow.
Prick, you're just going to continue behaving like a prick because to you, you're completely just... Yes. I've had enough of this bullshit that, yes, you did 1 or 2 pieces of good investigation. Good on you. And if you weren't such a dickhead, people would have listened to you. If you weren't such an overbearing, judgmental prick, people might have paid more attention to the evidence you brought to the table. But people didn't do.
Love it, PhD Phony. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, after Shiz shows up and it's no longer one-on-one with this guy did stay out of it most of the time. Shiz came up and tried to shield Tony with her skirt. Coded did leave. I went about my day and forgot these folks, and 2 hours, 3 hours, 3.5 hours, going on 4 hours longer. They're still talking about it. And by the way, in this post 4 hours, Tony said, well, I only got upset because Coded pushed me there. Remember how it all started. If you forgot, just rewind to my relatively short video. It's only 31 minutes. That's a lot shorter than 8 hours. Good luck and cheerio.